Imagine way back in the 700s, a really long time ago, when the world was vastly different from what we know today. A new chapter was starting in Europe's story, one that would bring profound changes and lasting impacts. A group of people called the Moors arrived on the Iberian Peninsula, which is where Spain and Portugal are today. They came by sea, their ships landing on the shores of this ancient land. They brought with them amazing culture, knowledge, and new ideas that would transform the region. The Moors were mostly Berbers from North Africa and Arabs from the Middle East, each contributing their unique heritage and traditions. Their arrival in 711 AD changed everything, marking the beginning of a new era. In just a few years, they were in charge of most of the Iberian Peninsula, establishing their rule and influence. They called this new land Al-Andalus, and it was about to have a golden age, a time of great prosperity and achievement. The architecture, science, and culture flourished under their rule. Before the Moors, the Iberian Peninsula was ruled by the Visigoths, a Germanic tribe that had its own distinct culture and traditions. Now it was being introduced to the exciting world of Islamic culture, which brought new perspectives and innovations. This meeting of different cultures was a big deal, and it set the stage for hundreds of years of sharing and learning, creating a rich tapestry of cultural exchange that would shape the future of Europe. In the middle of Moorish Al-Andalus was a city called Cordoba, a place that would become legendary in the annals of history. It became a super important center of learning, attracting scholars, students, and intellectuals from all corners of the known world. Ruled by the Umayyad Caliphate, Cordoba grew into a magnificent city, renowned for its architectural splendor and cultural vibrancy. Its streets, lit by lanterns, were full of people from all walks of life, creating a bustling and dynamic atmosphere. Scholars, poets, and musicians came from everywhere, drawn to Cordoba's reputation for learning and creativity, making it a melting pot of ideas and talents. The Great Mosque of Cordoba, a beautiful example of Islamic architecture, showed the city's artistic and spiritual side, standing as a testament to its rich cultural heritage. Cordoba wasn't just beautiful buildings, though. It was a city where knowledge and wisdom flourished. It was famous for its smart people who were dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge and intellectual growth. Scholars worked hard, translating and preserving old Greek and Roman writings, ensuring that the wisdom of the ancients was not lost to time. The House of Wisdom, a huge library, became a place where knowledge was kept safe, attracting scholars from all over and serving as a beacon of intellectual pursuit. Cordoba is remembered not just for its beauty or smart people, but also as an example of a time when different cultures lived and worked together, creating a unique and harmonious blend of traditions and ideas. The Moors didn't just bring culture to Europe, they also brought science and new ideas from the Islamic world. From tools like astrolabes to new discoveries in math, astronomy and medicine, the Moors made a big impact on Europe. Moorish scholars were great at math, teaching Europe about algebra and algorithms. They were also experts in astronomy, building impressive observatories to study the stars. The Alhambra in Granada, with its beautiful tiles and amazing views, is a perfect example of Moorish architecture. You can see Moorish influence in buildings all over Europe, from the big churches in Spain to the fancy palaces in Sicily. The horseshoe arch, a special shape used in Moorish buildings, became a popular design. Sadly, the golden age of Al-Andalus didn't last forever. The Reconquista, when Christians started taking back the Iberian Peninsula, began in the 1000s. Even though they were under pressure, Moorish kingdoms in the south kept thriving. When Toledo was captured in 1085, things started to change and the Christian kingdoms became stronger. The Emirate of Granada, the last Moorish kingdom, held on for another 250 years, but finally in 1492, Granada fell. The Iberian Peninsula, once a place where cultures mixed and ideas flourished, was now ruled by Christians. But the memory of Al-Andalus lived on, influencing art, science, and architecture in Spain and other places. Even though Moorish rule ended, their influence stayed strong. They were in Spain for over 700 years, and that left a mark on the country's buildings, language, food, music, and even how people lived. The Spanish language has many words that came from Arabic. Simple words like almohada, pillow, And scientific words like algorithm, show this Arabic influence. This mix of languages shows how much cultures shared during that time. Moorish food also made a difference, bringing new ingredients and ways of cooking to Europe. You can still taste this influence in dishes like paella, gazpacho, and turon. The story of the Moors in Spain isn't just something from the past, it's important for us today. Their influence can still be felt in the architecture, culture, and even the daily lives of people in Spain. In a world dealing with questions about culture, religion, and the effects of colonialism, the story of Al-Andalus shows us how different cultures can live together successfully. It serves as a powerful example of coexistence and mutual respect. The Moors' journey to Europe, their contributions to science, philosophy, and medicine, art, and building left a lasting legacy that continues to inspire. The things they left behind make us think differently about history and our place in it. It reminds us that cultures are always changing and growing, shaped by how they interact with each other. This dynamic process enriches our global heritage. As we live in our complicated world, we can learn from Al-Andalus. Its history offers valuable lessons for today. By accepting different cultures and talking to each other, we can build a future where the memory of Al-Andalus lives on, fostering a world of peace and understanding.